Mercedes-AMG Interview Lounge.
What does it mean to say forever and ever, no more? To me, I feel like we've got to start allowing some detachment to the word forever. I think that I actually have this idea, not in the near future, because this does not need to be a priority, even though I'm sure I'll end up just doing it. I want to write realistic children's stories, because I don't like that in stories we show the little girl and say, this is your best friend forever. Maybe one of you are still best friends with your best friend from when you were 3, but like I only know the invisible friend that I had when I was 3. Everyone else got way too annoying and started having differences of opinions and political views, and they had to go. So I'm just thinking that this idea of forever, and you're villainized and you're a failure if forever isn't successful, which it really is setting people up for some mental health issues and for some depression. I know I really struggled with it, because when I thought I would be with someone forever and it was labeled to me that I'm a failure, which, by the way, it takes 2 people to make forever work, but I know that I'm the only one that ever does anything wrong. But so you say, okay, so I'm like, so I'm a failure because forever didn't work for me. And like, then when you think about all these other things that didn't last, when you start thinking, it really causes, I think, a lot of stress and triggers a lot of things. And so I really had to like unlearn my relationship. You're talking about your relationship. I had to unlearn my relationship to the word forever. I try to avoid it.
Right. Well, I think I think the word unlearn is the best roadmap we could all have, because we start out as kids being so innocent and so open-minded to everything. Then we start learning all this BS. It kind of just holds us down.
Realistic children's books. I'm telling you.
Right.
Like, I want to write this book. When they're like, oh yeah, the dog went out to talk to the cat about its feelings. No, the dog wants to eat the cat. You got to tell your kids it wants to eat the cat. Because then they're like, what? I was just taking it out to the dog. And it's like, now you've seen a bloody mess. The cat is all over the place.
Wow.
Like, I just, what? You're setting your kids up. You're setting your kids up to see some horrible things. We got to tell them the realistic.
Well, that is.
You can say
I agree.
That is realistic. That is realistic. Yeah, I know Gandhi and especially Gandhi agrees with you. And Danielle with kids, I don't know.
I don't know.
Realistic. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm telling you.
Candy coated a little bit.
No way. My immigrant parents said sugarcoating gives you cavities, and they would just tell me things outright. And I'll tell you what, it set me up to really not be disappointed about things, because I didn't believe that those things existed.
Well, Miley, when my son learned about lobsters, I remember when I used to take him to the grocery store to visit the lobsters in the lobster tank, and he would say, "Oh, Mom, look, somebody adopted all the lobsters." And I would say, "Yeah, you're right. They did. They got new homes." Then one day we were at a party and there were dead lobsters on someone's plate, and he turned to me and he said, "Ma, you lied. Those lobsters didn't get adopted." And he realized I had lied, and
that's what I'm telling you. If he could have bought a book written by me, I could have saved him a lot of heartbreak. It's not good when you see it. I actually looked at this. This was a really funny kind of like a visualization. There was like a kind of collection of crunched up cars that on the bumpers had said, "Don't worry, be happy." And we're like, you absolutely need to worry when you're driving. When you worry when you're driving, you turn your blinker on, you're worried about what's going to happen. Don't worry, be happy people are extremely dangerous. We want to be realistic and we want to be logical. No, don't worry, be happy. We need worry. That's why we're wearing our masks, washing our hands, staying at home. There is healthy worry. And so people, when they kind of label you as a worrier or having anxiety, or even kind of like the stigma around fear, fear can be healthy. There's healthy versions of fear.
You were talking about wanting to write realistic children's books. How are you going to tell kids where babies come from? I want to hear your version.
Okay, it's me. These are the things. It's realistic. Do you want me to go in on this on air? Elvis, do you not know? Do I need to speak right now?
Are you actually going to talk about Daddy takes his wiener and puts it in Mommy?
Yes, but I'm also going to talk about the wonderful modern tools that we have for those who can't have children in the most natural way, can also have babies. So there's also one. I'll go fully into it. I can go into the world, how we can like create the lives and the families that we want to create. I'm going to go deep into it. And I'm also going to draw a picture of a penis. Yes. With little smiley faces on the balls.
But no, that's not real. They're going to be like set up for failure. Mommy, why don't my balls have smiley faces
If
on
you're
them?
down there, just draw a
Exactly.
little smiley face, and now they do.
I want to see that. Mommy's going to draw smiley faces on your scrotum now. Be still.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not actually a drawing book. It's all with pictures taken by my personal cell phone. That's a selling point that my publisher will be using to push these sales.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have thought this through. You have thought this through.
The Mercedes AMG Interview Lounge.